My name's Aaron Bear. It's not my real name.
Stage name.
Right now I live in Norway, Maine. We just bought an old farmhouse. I grew up on 5 acres in Pennsylvania. I've lived all over. I moved to Bridgeton from West Paris, actually. But really I moved to Bridgeton from the Boston area. I was living in Boston for like 3 years. That point hit where I had to get out. And when I moved to town, there was stuff happening, asking everybody where the spots to play music were. And people kept saying there's a new people buying this place. And I happened to walk in here on the date they were literally signing the, and I had emailed them like 2 or 3 times. And I was like, I'm going in person. I walked in to Mitch, Morgan, and Ivory purchasing this place. And in the same 20 minutes I'm in the room, they said, yes, we're gonna run a music, I was like, I wanna do music here all summer. They agreed to run music here all summer. And I told them we needed a covering, and they said no problem. I came in the first night, I think it was the first night was a Saturday here. Mitch was like, don't worry about it. And I was the first person to play this. To me, that was always like this special bond that was created. Like the moment I booked it, I realized I didn't want to do it alone. Like I didn't want to just have like Aaron Bear playing 7 dates here. Right. So, and I didn't know any musicians. I had just moved here. It was 4 months and it was winter. So I met a couple, I went to open mics, but I just kind of started reaching out to people and saying like, hey, do you want to come play this set with me? And it started as I was like booking it, it turned into this idea that kind of just gelled of what became the Sundown Sessions. It started with me asking a bunch of people I didn't know if they wanted to play a show with me, and it turned into conversations of all, like, how does the night look? It became, I'll play a set, you play a set, and we'll play a set. But really in the first year, I tried to make it as inclusive as I could. it was open role policy. People were showing up with harmonicas, people were showing up with amps,
so like
people are showing up with like parts of drum kits. I'm setting up before the night starts and there's people trickling in and out, and Bridgeton in the summer is a happening spot. It's so fun here in the summer. And people are just showing up. I'm like, all right, we got to figure out the footprint. So I learned through the first year, like really how to stay on the stage. Yeah. But the second year I learned how to expand and like take up more of the space. Yeah. The second year we introduced the artist at large. So there was Vanessa Jones, Mark Staniford, Bertie Vigna. There were people that were just showing up and like wanted to play all the time. And so I would try to honor that by putting them on the bill without giving them a featured spot. The featured artists to me was always a showcasing of mostly songwriter. If we went back to the intro and I introduced myself, I think it'd be, I'm Aaron Bear. I'm a songwriter, musician, and community facilitator. And songwriter goes first because like that's where I love spending the time. And around the songs, and I wrote songs for this. I didn't even have the gear yet. I was borrowing people's speakers like until I figured out what I needed, where and when. Literally DIY. And it's been like constant like that. I mean, there are slow nights. There are nights where it's more towny. But every time I play here, it's amazing. Yeah, it gets me thinking about like what the vision is for next year, because I went into this year like I didn't even have vision. I just let the train ride. Yeah. I just booked the best musicians I could get. It's such a blessing because really what I did was I booked my favorite local songwriters. Right. And that's not to say the people that weren't on this bill aren't my favorite. It's just like I'm still coming for them. Like, there's so many good songwriters and musicians in the area to like be able to tap that. From the time I can remember, music and the community around music has always been a way that I find who I am and that I create the community around me that I need. And it's changing. Like now, the age I am now, I need those like raw, deep moments of connection. Yeah. And I think that's, you can listen to the progression of songs, you can probably follow the progression of the Sundown Sessions in general. And it's like, it's this constant uncovering of the new emanation of what we are together as musicians. Right. What we all create together as musicians.
Yeah.
I don't want to play. I don't want to play a bunch of solo shows. I want to jam with my friends, and I want to meet new people. I've had people show up no pre-jam, just jumping in, and this is the first time we're playing it. Keith Briggs this year, first time we ever played together was at this, yeah. The amount of people that come through now, dude, I love when I can make tips, and I'm walking around with the tip jar. You see me there, I'm like, come on guys. Like, you're here, you're a part of something, you're in a community. This community, everyone takes leadership of something else. I've taken leadership of the music. Please take leadership of the fire. People will be like more likely to have fun, and it'll keep the bugs away. It's like multi-purpose. Oh, it is so poetic. And watching the moment where nobody moves and then somebody moves. But after this year, like, it's hard to imagine not spending at least some of my summer nights in this yard. It feels like, because I was here the day they signed papers, and then we christened it the next year, and every year since I've opened the summer here, which is my own ego getting in there, because I'm like, I want to be the first one to play.
Sure.
Like, having built this while they build what they're building, it just makes it so much more meaningful. And 90% of the time I've spent with them has been at a Sundown session.
Yeah.
You know, they're working, I'm working, and we're creating this thing together.
Yeah.
My whole life I've been a pioneer. What I mean is, I do the things I seek to create, and then people tell me I'm a pioneer. So I've been hearing that word for a long time. And when I did this, it felt like a pioneer moment. But now, we know this works. The format of the Sundown session works. Other musicians know that. And I've already seen similar things starting to pop up in the area. And I've had conversations with Jackie Clock, with Temple Hill, where they're like, dude, I want to do this. Now, I almost feel like, what's next? Like, what, not taking Sundown Sessions to the next level, which would be a bigger stage, a full sound system that I don't have to set up. Because that's what one thing is, I'm here hours before the event starts. I'm so grateful when people show up early and help me just load. It makes my heart so full. So now I feel like, and I love the fact that people want to adopt the idea, because it works so well. I mean, it has to be the right people, I've learned that too, but it works so well. I get to meet new people, and I get to play a show that'll never be played again.
Right.
Or maybe we'll start a band. And it's making dreams come true. Like, last year, Jackie Clock played here.
Yeah.
She was like, I want to do this next year with a band. This year, we did it with a band. I have 3 favorite parts of the Sundown Sessions.
Okay.
One exists on stage. And it's not one moment, it's the moments where we thought we were gonna lose it in our improv and our first time hanging out and playing together live, and we don't lose it, and we actually get to a point of harmony and like musicianship. Those are really good moments that I always cherish. Another favorite moment for me on a good night. Now this could be my least favorite moment on a quiet, everyone's kind of stale night, is walking around with the tip jar and seeing how much money people give me for the band, but also hear everybody's story on how they got here. I can't tell you how many times, and that's such an easy way for me to get away with the tip jar. It's essential for everybody playing a part.
Yeah.
That's the role of that pioneer. I put on that jester, like, I'll play with you mindset, because the poster's collaborative, the lineup is collaborative, the performance is collaborative, the whole relationship is symbiotic. It's like a whole thing happening here. It's beyond me, man.
Yeah.
So I get to just show up, and that's my third favorite moment, is when I get to those moments where I just get to sit down and listen to one of my favorite freaking artists that are now being showcased to, quite frankly, a crowd that probably would have never heard them. And they get to listen to that, and I get to listen to that, and I get to look around, and I get to see everybody in that moment with them.
Enjoy it.
And I get to just fucking be grateful. Like, I just get to be grateful in that moment and being able to co-create this thing that's here right now. I'm so grateful that the audience here can be a listening room and a party in the same night. There are moments where we have our featured artists up here and everyone's silent. You can hear the wood crackle.
Yeah.
I really think the reason that it's been so successful is the sense of like community and belonging that we're growing here. And my job's relatively easy. It's a way for me to I can create the environment and then I can just play music. But it's up to the people in the crowd to make it a fun place to be. And I think the reason people come here is because it is a fun place to be. You can come here without a Sundown session, and it's a fun place to be.
Yeah.
You can come to the Rhinestone Room in Bridgeton, Maine, nothing going on, and you can have a good time here. But if you come during a Sundown session, we'll be playing music for you. And the people that we aim to gather here, my hope is that everybody that comes here leaves with like a new contact in their phone. A new kind of like positive interaction that they had with somebody that they never met before, and leaving feeling like they were a part of something, and leaving feeling like their stay in Bridgeton was just even a little bit more spectacular. And like when I first moved here, one of the things I wished were in my life was a place where I could go and know half the people in the room and hug everybody. You know?
That's awesome.
And like that's
So wholesome.
that's what we're trying to do here.
The Rhinestone Room is my favorite place to see live music. This place has been an amazing place for people of my age, of all ages really, to come and just see live music. The vibe here is sick. The bartenders rule.
Being a musician locally here, I moved here about 4 years ago, but the Rhinestone Room is really my second home.
It's like one of the crucial local places that are willing to have, take a chance on musicians and build like a community of not just people who come to their establishment, but come to the establishment because they know there's going to be good music here.
There's always just like a good atmosphere. No one's fighting.
And I love Mitch and Ivory and Morgan and everybody here so much, and we just have a really, really good time. There's also just like a busting music scene happening, so Aaron he's provided a space for all of us to kind of meet each other.
What I think is great about the Sundown Sessions is Aaron's tapped into the idea of like, it's fun to have shows and play, but it's better when you can do it with other local musicians and have people with you. So you're collaborating and you're just building the scene locally. But at the same time, it's not like in a competitive way. You're elevating everyone up with each other.
And he can be like, oh, you're playing music? Okay, cool. Yeah, let's play music together. Oh, you want to do this event? Okay, let's do it together. And it's such like a jammy atmosphere, and it just is. It's been a total, absolute gift as a musician, and then also as a local community member.
And this is the only bar you're going to see me hanging out at on a Friday night in Bridgeton.